Morena, a tamari e tātou katoa, tēnei marama o Uenuku, Heeni hotirine, with you this morning on our beautiful moon of Uenuku. Order your Maramataka now, okay? Because I want to get these out, and this will help you just with your planning going forward into Matariki. Get ready for our new year. So that's manawhenua.com. Yesterday, you met my son, who's named after this moon, or Uenuku. And when I reflected on my day, it was such a crack up because I didn't even realize it was daylight savings because, of course, I run on Maramataka. So I woke up feeling very refreshed and everything's wasn't it wasn't until later on in the day I was looking at the actual clock on the wall and I thought, oh, okay. And no one even said anything to me. So you make me laugh there. You all make me laugh. But of course, following Maramataka, we don't put our clocks, within us, our body clocks. You'll notice you might be dragging today trying to get up because your body's a little bit confused. And I don't know what's up with always setting the time back because, of course, the time is the Pākehā system, Gregorian system that's been developed to count and to structure things and put things into boxes or circles or contexts or things that people that can't think wide basically can understand. And so my friend and I were talking about it yesterday about how that we should never be putting time back. We're always going forward. And of keeping the balance of the natural time and sync of the environment, we're moving forward slowly. And us as wahine, we know this because our own natural moon time moves forward slowly. So I talk about this a lot in my wahine wānanga about the Maramataka of wahine. So I'll have some of those out online for you as well. But on this moon of Uenuku, it's the time to watch for signs and for tohu. We call them tohu. And if we're not watching them, we're not going to get the message. And sometimes the message is good. And it reminds us, yes, we're on track. Okay. It's getting us, aware. And sometimes the message is a little bit of a tap, like a oi. Who's had one of those ois? I get them quite a lot. Like, oi, focus. Get on track. And sometimes we don't even want to listen to the message. And it's what we do with it. So it might be, like a rainbow. I talked about Uenuku. It might be something that we see. If we're river people, often we'll see something that looks a little bit different in the water, all sorts of things. So I wanted to tell you this story about one of our uncles. He had died and we were taking our time going to the huimate. It was only up the road, mucking around. And by the time the whānau left and I went back to the house, I wasn't quite ready. And I went into my house. I'd only left it for about an hour. And I went in and there were all of these birds in the house and they got a fright and I got a fright. They were all started circling like this, flying around, and they went crazy and one knocked itself out and died. And I knew it wasn't a random thing because all of these manu, these birds, there were about 3 different kinds. Pākehā te katoa, no native birds. And I thought, what is going on? And I got a big fright and I ran outside and the whānau heard me. So they stopped and came back and picked up the dead bird and made sure I was all right. And I said, oh, you better go to the tangi, uncle's waiting for you. You better hurry up and go. Anyway, all day there was this one bird that just didn't leave. And lucky my mum was with me. Otherwise, I would have been getting spooked and I'd forget about it. And then every now and again, I'd hear a rustle. I'd be like, oh, that bloody bird's still in there all day. And so I rang up to Reuben and I said, what's going on? This bird is here. He's got a message and the message hasn't been delivered. What's the message? And he said, well, I had a dream about Uncle. And Uncle said to me, hey, boy, you tell my whānau not to sell the land, not to sell the land. I said, well, is that the message that you need to deliver? And he said to me, oh, no, I told Uncle in the dream, hey, you should have dealt with that when you're alive. That's not for me to deal with. And I thought, okay. And then it was just on dark that bird just flew out. It just flew out. And I thought, oh, well, yeah, it's been satisfied. But it's up to us, that's an example. we're getting these messages from all over the place, but it's up to us whether we understand the message, watch for the message, see the message, and interpret it, and then even are we going to deliver it? So it's up to us. So that's my little korero. I've got so much to share about tohu and signs. I see them every day and they're really amazing. And I'd like to share more of that korero with you all. But today on our moon of Uenuku, really tap in to receiving the message, whether it's a good one or a not so good one. And it's what you do with the message that counts. So, mauri ora kia tātou katoa. Kia pai tō koutou rā, have a good day. Let me know about all of your messages, all of your tohu. They're absolutely amazing and just waiting for us to download to make our lives better. Kia ora.